How did the sufferings of one man and his inner journey to find a wholesome state of peace spread all around the world and eventually formed a religious school of thought which now has more than 500 million followers? Today, we will discover the life of Siddartha Gautama Buddha, and we will see how his own path towards spiritual enlightenment became an example for millions in the centuries to follow. It is never easy to study Eastern Asian schools of religion. The lack of systematic recording and tendencies toward personalized spirituality make it harder to keep track of the origins of such religious phenomena. Yet, piecing together the common points of different ancient sources can provide us with some sort of an idea and a semi-historical timeline. Siddartha Gautama was born in Lumbini, which was located in modern-day Nepal. He was born as the son of an elite family. Through intense thinking, he realized that the way we exist and live in this world is based on pain and endless suffering. He believed that we can live and enjoy things in life briefly, but the temporary nature of life turns everything into a source of pain. We are born, we live, we start to like living. Yet, everything we love is temporary and is eventually taken from us. This harsh fact, combined with the other spiritual and physical forms of pain, make life itself a manifestation of pain and agony. This state of endless suffering was called dukkha. It is essential to understand what dukkha is, because it was the root of all problems which drove Siddartha to seek answers. Dukkha is the pain caused by a relation to worldly things and their doomed nature. There are many things we love and cherish in this world. These things will cease to exist and we will suffer from this. The pain caused by loss of loved ones will be intensified by the physical and psychological pain we may feel due to various reasons. People in Siddartha's region believed that humans were reborn after their lives' end. This made the concept of dukkha even more unpleasant as it gained an endless nature. There had to be a way to break this endless cycle of suffering, a spiritual state of nirvana which would set Siddartha free. How could one reach nirvana? Siddartha set out to find an answer. One of the first things Siddartha did was to resort to meditation. He received training from meditation masters Arada Kalama and Undraka Ramaputra. He was tutored in the fields of philosophy of existence and the nature of perception by these two teachers. Siddartha's suffering was deep, and his thirst for an exact solution could not be satiated by lessons on meditation and philosophy. He wanted to reach a higher level of spiritual enlightenment which could lead him to his salvation from the unending cycle of miserable loss. Through fasting and breath control exercises, he tried to discover new possibilities by meditation. However, this was also insufficient. Having tried many things to reach a satisfactory level of spiritual release, he started carrying out a type of meditation called dhyana, a method through which a person achieves a certain level of spirituality by undermining his or her own awareness of the surrounding environment with the aim of purifying the spirit and thought of all disturbing sensations. The goal is to purify the spirit so that it may come to a point where the meditating person will not feel pain or pleasure and will be free of all invasive factors. Dhyana meditation was fruitful for Siddartha. He achieved the first stage of his goal through this meditation in the town of Bodh Gaya, and his first true awakening was named Bodhi. Siddartha became the Buddha meaning the awakened one. With this awakening, Buddha attained knowledge on various matters such as the system of karma and the middle way, which promoted a balanced path in life. This event also marked the beginning of the spread of his ideas. Siddartha the Enlightenment tutored his own followers so that they could enlighten other people and relieve them of their pain and sorrows. Buddha was 80 years old when he reached the final stage of nirvana. It is said that he had thousands of followers when he died. The lack of a consensus on Buddha's teachings and the variety of Buddhist scriptures made it difficult to track the development of Buddhism, but it is known that there were common principles which brought early Buddhist disciples together and fueled their journey towards expansion into other regions. The principles were centered around the Four Noble Truths. The first truth is dukkha. As we have mentioned before, dukkha is a suffering which stems from our relation to worldly things and how temporary they are. This painful truth can drive us to seek salvation and a comforting solution. The recognition of pain and suffering is the foundation of Buddhism. The second truth is samudaya. Samudaya is based on how a person relates to dukkha. Our desire to find a way to deal with dukkha can lead us to samudaya. The third truth is nirodha. Nirodha is achieved when we go through the phases related to the first two truths and release ourselves from the pain of dukkha. The fourth truth is magga. Magga is the foundation of the Eightfold Path. This path is thus named because it consists of 8 main elements. The first element is right view. A person should have a good disposition. We should be aware of the karma balance, and we should know that our actions and beliefs will yield consequences for us in the future. The second element is right intention. We should have a straightforward intention to renounce the worldly pleasures and move on to the path of compassionate love by staying away from the ambitions of sensual desires. The third element is right speech. We should be thoughtful about what we say and stay away from lies and deceit. The fourth element is right action. We shouldn't harm anything or anyone. Bodily and worldly desires cannot be a drive for our actions. The fifth element is right livelihood. We should not make a living by selling harmful things like alcohol or harming others. The sixth element is right effort. We should show effort to control our sensual desires and stay on the right path. The seventh element is right mindfulness. We should have control over our own mind so that there will be no interventions which may compromise the wholesomeness of our deeds. The eighth element is right samadhi, which consists of right methods of meditation. These foundational truths and these elements form the essence of Buddhism. The disciples of Buddha traveled around to share with the world the fruits of Buddha's awakening. The Mauryan Empire provided Buddhism with its first form of royal support during the reign of Emperor Ashoka. By this point, Buddhism had already developed into several branches with its sectional differences and similarities. The Mauryan influence further boosted the spread of Buddhism in India and beyond. Emperor Ashoka sent envoys to the lands ruled by Hellenistic cultures. It is unclear how fruitful these initial attempts were, yet there are those who argue that Buddhism may have influenced the Western thought at those times. Aside from that, there is a clear point in history when Greco-Buddhist cultural mixture took place. The Greco-Bactrian king Demetrius I invaded India. This paved the way for a tradition of Greco-Indian and Greco-Bactrian rulers, under which Buddhism flourished even further. Buddhism also started to spread around other parts of Asia through the Silk Road. This introduced Buddhism to different cultures. The mixture of local cultures and Buddhism led to the development of new branches and interpretations. The Western world came into contact with Buddhism, especially in the second half of the 19th century, through the colonial expansion of Western empires. Buddhism started to spread in Western countries, which was further accelerated by westward immigration from countries like India and China. Buddhism is the fourth most popular religion in the world today. The journey towards peace, compassion, and love, which started more than 2000 years ago, still continues.